Shalom to everyone. We be live to imitate Armin. What's his last name? Great. Hi, we've got two people already online. Who we got there? Shalom lechulam. Or shalom alechem. Shalom alechem, alechei hasharet. Welcome. All right. Yes, we are live doing. Hi, Muriel. Welcome. Live doing exercise 6 from Weingreen's A Practical Grammar for Classical Hebrew. Let's throw it up on the screen. You know who we are, so I'm going to get rid of our little names on there, if you don't mind. Let's see. Get rid of. Goodbye. All right. Here we are, Jonathan and Jason, going into exercise 6 of Weingreen. All right, the first one I'll take because it's short, and I want the short one because my throat hurts. Lo navi ani velo ben navi. Hi, Colton. Welcome. Lo navi ani velo ben navi. Okay, so ben navi is obviously a construct. He's saying, not a prophet am I. In other words, I am not a prophet. Below and not is often translated. Nor means and not, nor a prophet's son, a son of a prophet. Lo navi ani velo ben navi. Who said that? Do you know where that's found in the text of the Bible?
Was it? No, I don't. I was going to say
Moses,
but I don't think that's right.
I want to say it's Zechariah. Zechariah chapter 12, I think. Let's pull it up real quick. We've got time here while we wait for some people to come in. I'm not a prophet, nor the son of a prophet. Let's see what we got here. Okay, all right. Here we go. Zechariah in the prophets. I believe it's chapter 12.
Yeah, Colton says Amos. I think you're correct.
Is it? Ben Navi. Lo Navi Ani. I thought it was where they were putting to death people who spoke in the name of God. And so they said, there it is. Lo Navi Anochi. This is from Zechariah chapter 13.
Still not the same.
But maybe it's also in Amos. Maybe, because Amos and some of the other prophets like Isaiah actually copied off of each other. Let's see. Amos. What chapter do you say it's in? Colton, do you know what chapter it's in?
It would have to be early.
Avi? There?
No, Amos was the son of... I don't remember.
There?
But clearly it's not the same sentence.
This verse is taken from the text of the Bible. That's the idea. I am not a prophet, nor the son of a prophet. Let's look. Velo ben.
I will tell you. No. Amos 7:14.
Amos 7:14. Amos Zain Yad Dalet is 14. Vaya'an Amos Vayomer El Amatzia. This is, I guess, the king's name. Lo Navi Anochi velo ven Navi Anochi. So it's altered a little bit. Instead of Ani, it says Anochi. And both of these are pausal forms. But there we go. Fantastic. We found it.
So notice that we changed the word order to match the Cook and Homesteadian philosophy of subject, verb, object. So we have Hamelech Ra'ah, the king saw. Ish zaken, an old man, a very old man. Ish zaken ma'od, I say, a very old man, behechal, in the temple.
Ba, Eichal, Ba,
Uh,
Be.
sorry. V'lo yada ki navi, but he did not know that Navi Elohim hu, he was a prophet of God.
All right. The king saw a very old man in the temple, but he didn't know that he was a prophet of God.
Yeah, I think we
Ki
have
Elohim.
inverted word order because of the key, actually. And
Well,
this is
I
a
think this is the
this is
normal word order, but
this is a compound phrase, but
if it uses a pronoun as the copula, it tends to throw it to the end. Devar Adonai haya el Shmuel balayla. Okay, so we normally say when it says haya, we say the word of the Lord came. The word of Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh came to Samuel at night. Notice that the balayla here is in pause, and we know that because the kamatz is present instead of patach. The normal form is patach, but in pause it lengthens to kamatz.
mhm. So Hanavi halach, the prophet, went el hechal hamelech. Since it says hamelech, I'm gonna say the palace of the king.
Yep. All right. Okay, the subject Melech Mitzrayim kara el Moshe. Melech Mitzrayim kara el Moshe. כי היה חושך בארץ מצרים. מצרים is of course Egypt. ולבני ישראל היה אור. So the king of Egypt, this is construct, it's joined together, the king of Egypt. The definiteness comes from the word Mitzrayim, which is a proper noun, the king of Egypt, called or summoned, called to Moses, summoned him, because or for, because, darkness in the land of Egypt.
You could
So,
also say that that's a quotation.
but
The
it's
king
not.
called to Moses darkness.
No, no. He called to Moses because, like, why did he summon him? Because there
Oh, that's
was
true.
darkness in the land of Egypt, and there was light to the Israelites. There was light to the Israelites had light, but there was darkness all throughout the land of Egypt. Notice the
So
haya. Haya is it's got a what's it called about the subject? Null subject, I guess. There was darkness, or it was darkness.
So one of the things that
Yep.
I learned since my time at Hebrew Union College is that very rarely should you say sons of. Sons of is a way of expressing members of a group, which I did not
Yep.
know. So instead of
Yep.
saying sons of Israel, Jason did it right. It means Israelites. The
Yeah,
members
and
of
you can call Ben Brit a son of a covenant. It means ally, someone with whom you've made a covenant.
that's nice.
Yeah.
So lo shama ha'am. Oh, whoops. The people did not hear or listen or obey. I don't know which one because I haven't read the rest. El divrei ha-navi'im, the words of the prophets. Asher divru. So
Dibru,
since it's a people, we'll say
Asher
uh,
Dibru,
who spoke b'shem Adonai. By the name of Yahweh, I would say,
well, normally
or
you speak
or you
in the
could
name of
say
someone.
in too.
So I think it would probably be hearken to or obey.
Hmm.
People did not listen to the words of the prophets who spoke in the name of Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh.
Hmm.
I don't know. But be careful, it's not Dibru, but Dibru.
Yeah, Dibru. Hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And the imperative would be Dabru, speak.
Yep.
Dabru. No problem, Layman. No problem. ובגן המלך היו מכל עצי פרי. Okay? And in the king's garden, in the garden of the king, there were, we can say this is a partitive genitive, some of all the fruit trees. There were of all the fruit trees. It means that there were uh, every single kind, all the fruit trees. They had some of some of those trees in the king's garden. Partitive genitive. That's from all the trees of fruit, meaning literally some of all the fruit trees.
Hmm. So, Anshe Ha'ir, the men of the city, were Hayu Ra'im, were evil or bad, and actually very evil. But a Elohim, in the eyes of God, uv ene Adam, and in the eyes of man, or we want to be gender inclusive, so I'll say humanity.
All right. The men of the city were very evil. The me'od means exceedingly, very. In me'od,
Yep,
very
yep.
evil. מכל עמי הארץ באו אל שלמה מלך ישראל. מכל עמי הארץ באו אל שלמה מלך ישראל, כי היה חכם מאוד, כי היה חכם מאוד בעיני העמים, בעיני העמים. So again, this is partitive. It's from all the peoples of the land. It means representatives, maybe, from all the peoples of the land. Uh, so we might say people from all the nations of the land. Right? It's partitive. Came unto Solomon, king of Israel, because he is because of that he was Haya wise, very very wise in the eyes of the peoples. That is the nation. If we're translating it nations, nations. All right. Melech Israel, the king of Israel. Construct Amei Haaretz, the peoples of the land. Chacham me'od, very wise. In the eyes of the nations means in the estimation or in their opinion. Right? We're good now so far?
Answer Colton's question. I know you talked about the partitive.
Mm.
Um,
Sons of is like if you talk about Jacob and his 12 children, the sons of Jacob came before him. But when it's talking about the children of Israel, the normal way to render it is the Israelites. The ites, I-T-E-S, is a Greek ending. I-T-E-S. That's also Ides in Greek. So the son of. So Maimonides, Maimonides means the son of Maimon. This is the Rambam.
I
Moshe
did
ben
not know that.
Maimon. And Nachmanides means the son of Nachman. Okay. Yep. And so we see in Greek literature where Peleus' son is Peli. I don't remember how it goes. Peleotites, something like that. But he's the son of Peleus. That is Achilles in the Iliad. Mm-hmm.
All right. Sorry, I'm
Oh,
currently.
Atreides. Atreides. Atreides is also in Greek. It's the son of Atreus. Atreus' son, Atreides. You might be familiar with that. And from the Dune series, Atreides.
So I agree with Jason. It's a good idea to read these first, and I'll go slower because that's one suggestion that we got in the last session. So Shemuel Yashav al Ha'adamah Barosh B'nai Hanaviim. So since there's land, I'm going to translate this as Samuel sat upon the land. Barosh
Or the
B'nai,
ground. He sat on the
or the
ground.
ground.
Probably better.
Barosh B'nai, at the head of the members of the prophets or sons of the prophets. I'm not sure if it's talking about. It's probably talking about members of the prophetic group, I guess.
Yeah. And so B'nai Nevi'im you do see a few times in the
I would
Samuel
just
account,
say
and
the
it just
head of
means the prophets.
the head of the prophets. So he's probably saying, as the head, maybe. Otherwise, I don't
Well,
know.
I think it's talking where he is. He sat on the ground at the head of them, meaning like they
In
were all gathered, and he
in
sat down in front of them
in front of them.
on the
Okay,
ground.
yeah. Or I thought maybe
Mm-hmm.
he was the chief prophet or whatever, but maybe not.
Yeah, but not this one where it says specifically sat on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
It's not connected. All right. B'nai Yisrael. Any questions so far? If you have questions, please don't be shy. B'nai Yisrael יצאו מארץ מצרים עם גדול מאוד, כדבר אדוני אשר דיבר אל משה. Okay, so the sons of Israel, meaning the Israelites, went out, or they went out from the land of Egypt. They left the land of Egypt as a very large people or nation.
Yeah, interesting how it doesn't have a preposition on
On what?
On
It's as a very large people. It's
right,
not.
but
It shouldn't be.
the as is what I'm saying. There's no
No,
preposition.
this happens a lot. According to the word of Yudevavre, which he spoke to Moses, or which he had spoken.
Moses.
What? Why are you screaming Moses?
Because you made capital M-O.
Moses, yes.
Moses.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the Israelites were saying. Moses!
As they complained about not getting enough food and water.
Yes. So Hamelech, I should say this properly. Hamelech kara l'chol hachmei haaretz. The king called to all of the people of
the wise.
Hachmei, the wise ones of the land. I would say that you have a double construct phrase, right? You have l'chol hachmei haaretz, a construct, a true chain. The wise to all of the wise people of the land, of.
Yeah, and wise could be sages. It could be all the sages of the land. All right, people who are wise. 13 says, Eine Adonai el hatovim ve'lo el haraim. This is what Cook likes to call a null copula. The eyes of the Lord are, we have to insert that, toward the good people, right, ones, and not toward the evil ones. Evil men. Means God keeps his eye on the righteous, and wicked will perish from God's sight.
Mhm.
Like that.
I'm lucking
Mhm.
out with the wise ones. Hachme Mitzrayim Ra'u Ki Yad Adonai Ba'aretz. So the wise, or the sages, as Jason says, you could do as well. The wise ones of Egypt saw that Yad Adonai, another construct phrase. So the hand of Yahweh,
Yudevav
and
Hey.
another, I'm sorry, Adonai, or Yod He Vav He, was, you supply the copula. Or you could say it. No, probably not. This would probably be
They
past
saw.
tense. Yeah, they
Yeah.
saw that the hand of Adonai was, well, in the land, I guess, or on the land.
But probably means that he's punishing them, so it means against.
Yeah.
When
Oh,
it
yeah,
deals
yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
punishment, ba is
Yep.
against.
We call that the adversative bait.
Okay,
Um,
all these terms.
I
I just
need
know that
to
the hand of the Lord was against the land.
I need to step out for a second while you do this next one.
Mm-hmm. All right, number 15. Bnei Hanevim קראו בקול גדול, אדוני קדוש ישראל הוא אחד, ואלוהי כל הארץ. Okay, Bnei Hanevim, again, the sons of the prophets means the prophets. Okay? The prophets called out, קראו בקול גדול, in a loud voice, בקול גדול. What did they say? Adonai, this is an apposition, right? The Holy One of Israel is one, and he is, right, the God of all the earth, or all the land. Right? Adonai Kadosh Yisrael hu echad, ve'elohei chol haaretz. All right, doesn't look like Jonathan's made it back yet, so we'll take the next one. 16. Any questions? How are we doing? Oh, there's Jonathan. Come back to us.
I am back. Did I
All right,
arrive just in time?
sure.
Okay.
Anybody got any questions as we move on to 16? Are we reading slowly enough? I'm really like paying attention to reading speed. So I hope it's
Mhm.
good.
Yep. So lo shama'u lo shama'u b'nei Yisrael b'kol Adonai. So whoops. Uh, the Israelites did not. Well, I'd say did not hear and
Well, hearing is a passive like sense. I hear something and doesn't necessarily mean that I understood it or that I obeyed it or whatever. Hearing is going to have et. Lo shamu et
Oh,
kol
that's right.
Adonai. They
That's
didn't
right.
hear it.
So
But lo
maybe
shamu be kol Adonai.
did not
They didn't.
obey.
They didn't obey it or listen to it.
Yeah, did not obey. So the bet marking the object, but I don't even know. It's such a common expression. I'm not even sure if bet is the object mark. I mean, I guess it is, but
Yeah.
it's really a frozen expression. Um, the Israelites did not obey the voice of Moses or the voice of Adonai, but the
Not
uve'ene,
but.
nope,
There's no
and in the eyes of Moses, haya hadavar, the the thing or matter was. very bad or evil. Oh, oops.
Eyes of Moses. You can't put the comma there because you didn't put it at the beginning of it. You can't close a comma that shouldn't open.
Yes. Okay.
In the eyes of Moses, the thing or matter was very bad, very evil. Moses thought it was very evil that the people did not listen to God's voice or God's instruction. All right, 17. Ve'isha achat mishnei v'nei hanevi'im, okay, kar'a el Shmuel. Now this would look like it's a part of the genitive, but it can't be. Can't be because b'nei hanevi'im is masculine. So isha achat mishnei b'nei hanevi'im, that is one woman, that is one wife from the two of the sons of the prophets, called out to Samuel. So one of their wives. There were two prophets that were before Samuel, and one of their wives, and one of the wives, Ishachat, one wife, so I do literal, one wife from the two prophets, the two sons of prophets, called out to Samuel. It looks like a partitive, but in order for that to be the case, the Shnei B'nei Anivim would also have to be feminine. Because you can't take part of a noun that's feminine and make it masculine, and you can't take part of a noun that's masculine and make it feminine. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like the structure of a partitive min, but it's not.
So, B'nai Yisrael. Whoops. I get your cursor confused with mine, Jason. Okay, so the Israelites, Hayu, were like the dust of the ground. Hayu ka'afar ha'adama. The prepositional phrase ka, and you see that you have the patach under the kaf, which tells you that this is a definite noun, and it's also a definite because it's in the construct form. U chochave, and I'm sorry.
Is this the article here?
I'm sorry.
Is this the article here?
I think so. I think it is. Is it not?
Is that the article?
Oh, it could be an echo vowel.
No, this is the echo vowel.
Yeah. Got it.
Afar ha'adama, the dirt of the dust of the land, and ka'afar ha'adama, like.
I'm gonna remove the article.
Well, V goes with it because ground is definite.
Yeah, that's right. And the stars. That's a mouthful. And the stars,
and like the stars.
Yeah, and like the stars of the sky. I implied the like, but I should not because we want to account for all the grammar. Ba'aretz, in the land, which Natan Adonai. Notice that since there's an asher, there's inverted word order, which Adonai gave to Jacob.
Yeah.
Asher Natan Adonai le Yaakov. Period. Yeah, well, Yaakov. Come to America and then convert everybody to the proper way of saying things.
In America, it's weird that people think that there's That's not a sound in Hebrew. It doesn't exist.
Well, Siao would disagree with you.
Yeah. Anyway, number 19.
I know where that comes from. That's part of the classical Hebrew carryover that was lost in modern Hebrew. I actually looked that up.
For
So,
us, the vocal shva is eh.
mhm.
Hakol kol Yaakov, v'hayadayim yedei Esav, ki lo hayu yedei Yaakov ki yedei Esav. All right, so the voice, right, is, this is quoting Isaac, the voice is the voice of Jacob, and the hands are
Or
the
but,
hands of
maybe.
Esau, for the hands of Jacob were, this is plural, hayu, were not like the hands of Esau. So yedei becomes kidei. Like, this is the shva rule, like a shva that becomes e, and with yod it simplifies to a long vowel, like the hands of Esau. Notice that Esav has av, that probably originally was ow, Esau, which became Esau in Greek, Esau, Esau, Esau.
Again, another classical pronunciation thing
Mm.
that was lost in modern Hebrew. That's what I would have been taught by my professors, or my
Well, let's
initial
let's
professor.
correct it and say nothing is lost in modern Hebrew. We just give up things we don't need, like the verb
All right,
consecutive,
tomato, tomato, Jason.
and we don't use the infinitive construct either.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
Moshe diber el ziknei ha'am kechol asher amar Adonai Elohei
Elohei.
Yisrael.
Sorry. Yes. Sorry.
Yep. So
I misspoke. We do use the infinitive construct, but not in the bet and kaf temporal phrases like you do in the Bible. Bishomo. We don't use that. We say kshe shama when he heard. Kshe shama.
so
Sorry.
Moses spoke to the elders of the people. Kuchel, I would say the kaf is marking the direct object. All which Amar Adonai, inverted word order because of the Asher, which Adonai, which one? Wait a minute. I would expect that sentence not
Ama
to end
Adonai
there.
Elohei Yisrael. Why not?
All which
Which
Yahweh.
God of Israel said, Ama.
Oh, yeah. Which the God of Israel said. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right. Notice that Diber, normally in the PL you have Tsere, but Diber has a Segol, and it's always like that. There are some words like Berach. Berach means he blessed, which we would expect to Berech, we say in
I
modern Hebrew.
don't think it's also always like that, is it? I don't
Yeah,
think
but
so.
we also have Shilam. Shilam, he paid or repaid. Some of the roots take an A vowel instead of a Tsere. Even though in modern Hebrew we say Shilem, but back then it says Shilam, even when it's not in pause. That way.
Always?
Yeah.
Hmm.
הנה בא יום אדוני, יום אשר הוא חושך ולא אור. So we are taking our behold word. It's not modern English, but that's how we translate it. Behold, the day of Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh is coming, or it comes. The day of the Lord is coming, and then it's a big a positive, and it says a day which is darkness and not light.
So we have the pronoun functioning as the copula here, which Cook would call a nonverbal copula, and I call
Right.
a pronominal copula, which is
Cool.
basically the same thing. And remember, we talked about hene plus a participle sometimes means about to do something. So you could do that. Do you agree, Jason?
Sure.
All right. So
Sometimes you just say
echad,
yes.
so echad migdolei ha'am yatsa. So one of the what the one from the great ones of the people,
Yeah. Yep.
one from among the great ones of the people went out or left and
I think it's out probably.
uvakol and in a great voice.
Which means a loud voice.
Yep. Called Kara el Anshe Ha'ir, called to the men of the city.
Or the people, obviously, non-gender.
Yep. Yeah, we would want to be gender inclusive if we are translating this in scripture. Hine Ha'ir B'yad Hamelech. Behold, or hey, or look, or just an attention getter. The city is in the hand of the king, or that is to say, under the power or in the control of the king.
That's right. That's right.
Yep.
All right. So it was 22 exercises. Exercise 6, 22 translation drills. Are there any questions, anything that you would like to get feedback on? I try to be more energetic, but today, like we said, we're both under the weather in different parts of the world. So we're kind of just winging it and trying to make it through as best we can. But
did we get this right? Called
what?
to the men of the city. You're correct.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got that right.
Yep. In the hand of the king obviously means in the power of the king. Yeah. Layman's Seminary, fantastic. We're happy to be of help.
Yes, and for those of you who are doing the Patreon, for all one of you, we will do, if Jason's up for it, we will do.
Yeah, we're gonna do English to Hebrew.
English to Hebrew one. Oh yeah,
when we finished the last session, we finished the Joshua session, and we had like a half-hour break between, and I went to sleep. Yeah,
and then he's like, I got back, and he heard me. He's like, I'm sleeping for another 4 minutes. And I was like, okay.
I set an alarm. So, all right, but I think we'll go ahead and start the English to Hebrew a few minutes early.
Because Jason wants to go to bed.
The link is on the Patreon page for those who are paying members. And like we said before, we will do our best to try to think of other content that will be just for patrons. Jonathan's thinking about going. I don't know if you are aware of these textbooks by John Cook and Robert Homestead. They've got these two. Let's get rid of the background. We don't need that anymore. Beginning Biblical Hebrew and Intermediate Biblical Hebrew.
I'm not going to do the intermediate yet, but
but they are Hebrew grammars that really depend on having a teacher to go through them. So he wants to put together short videos to go over the linguistic side of each of the sections. We'll put that up for Patreon.
The reason why
also I want to do it through Weingreen, the same thing.
So I'll do Cook and you'll do Weingreen. So I got several requests and complaints about the cookbook, not explaining stuff well enough. So I thought, well, maybe that'll be a good thing to put up on our website. So
yeah,
I'm not planning on giving all of the answers to the exercises or the full translations of the readings, but maybe a couple exercises just to get people started, because we don't want to make anything that enables people to cheat.
To cheat in their classes. Mm.
Right.
But if it's only Patreon members, I think that it's more acceptable to publish.
As long as they're not taking the class in seminary.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
you don't want them to pay to cheat either.
yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, guys, it's so nice to see you all. We had 3 participating in this session.
Had
Hopefully,
4
we'll have a
for
couple in
a
the
while,
next one. Yeah,
and we
I
have 4
didn't see
again.
my mom. My mom normally comes on to say hi.
Maybe
but
your
she didn't,
mom
so-
just got on because we just went up to 4.
I don't know. Anyway, so we are going to start with the English to Hebrew straight away. Go on patreon.com/the Hebrew Cafe, get the link, and we'll get started. Luke wasn't able to join us today for the Joshua reading, and that's true. If they want to cheat, I'm not going to pay for access.
I don't know. They pay if they pay for papers, then they might pay for Patreon because that's cheaper than paying for papers. But anyway, you guys.
Anyway,
all
so indeed, we're going to start in the next 5 minutes. The other session. Bye, guys. Thanks so much.
Peace.